What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph. You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to...
Nemophila.
Yes, indeed.
Nemophila.
Fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Greg Garvin, John Tapmeyer, Thomas Roaring, and Dragonfly with a PH. Yeah, Dragonfly, P-H-L-Y. Gives him street cred, I guess. They all want to see me react to this. It is
Nemophila.
with a song called Life. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, yeah, okay, I have heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by
Nemophila.
surprise, surprise, and the video has 190,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go.
Nemophila.
Life official live video. Wah, wah, wah.
Damn it.
Nemophila.
Damn it.
Nemophila.
Damn it.
Nemophila.
Damn it.
Nemophila.
Damn it.
Ah, yes, there we go. That word official coming off of their official page. Yeah. Look, you know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is we're just going to have to wait and see what happens and hope for the best. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Double guitars there. With a nice bass line breakdown afterwards, bass and vocals together. I'm digging the tune. I'm digging this. This is fun. And the thing is, like, it has a little bit more of a relaxed feel, a little bit more of a slower and more relaxed feel comparatively to other songs I've heard from them. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed those songs. I absolutely did. I don't know, something about this song is resonating with me. I was kind of getting, like, the guitar intro with the tapping. I was kind of getting, I don't know if I was getting more Satriani vibes or Vi vibes from that. From a directional standpoint, a technical standpoint, I was feeling more Satriani, but from a tone standpoint, I was, in a voicing standpoint, I was hearing more Vi. But it definitely had that kind of a beginning. Like early Satriani and early Vi feel. I was digging that intro, man. I really did. And then the song kicked in. Nice groove. Like I said, a little more laid back than I'm used to hearing from them, but it feels good. It really does. It's not so slow. I would not call this a ballad, not by any stretch, but it definitely has more of a relaxed feel, and I like it. I really am digging the tune. Vocals sound great. The harmonies, surprising with the harmonies in a live setting, how clean they sound. They really sound good with their harmonies. I'm digging it. Let's keep going. Let's see how this goes. That double guitar line octave apart. Harmony, really nice. Dual harmonizing guitar solo, really nicely done. Very, very clean and very complementary to each other. There were times within the solo where one of them would take the lead and then the other, it was kind of like a call and response within the solo. One would sustain the note while one soloed, and then that one would stop soloing, sustain the note, while the other one would catch up. Really nice, very smooth, very clean, very well executed. And the whole time, bass and drums holding it down with the groove. I like it. I like it. I got no complaints about this. Not one. Not one. Not one complaint. Not one question mark. Not one thing I would like to see done a little differently. No. No. This is outstanding. Digging it. Digging it. Digging everything about it. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. halftime feel for the end. What the heck? What? How?
Hey, wait a minute.
How is there nobody in the crowd? Was this rehearsal? Was this a rehearsal?
What the hell is going on?
I am very confused on this. The only thing I can think of is this was sound check. This was sound check, or this was rehearsal. There is no way that there's nobody in the crowd if this was an actual full-blown live performance, you know, showtime, you know. No way this place is empty. This is weird.
Wow, man, freaked out.
This is really weird. God dang it. Anyway, I need to wrap my head around this. I do. I need a couple minutes to process this. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. What is this? Well, there you go, folks. That was
Nemophila
with Life, a live performance of Life. This was a request from Greg Garvin, John Tapmeyer, Thomas Rollring, and Dragonfly with a PH. Gotta get that street cred, I guess. Okay, we definitely need to talk about at least one thing that I am very confused about. But before we get to that one thing, let's start off with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.9. Yeah, 8.9. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, 8.9. What does that mean? Well, an 8.9 would translate out to a great scale rating. The highest great scale rating you could possibly get. It would translate to 4 out of 5 stars and an A letter grade. So there you go, 8.9, great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A letter grade. A solid A letter grade. Now, how did I come up to that score? Ha! So glad you asked. There have been other songs from
Nemophila
that I have thought was more impressive from a songwriting standpoint. There have been other songs from
Nemophila
that I feel have been more impressive from an execution standpoint. But out of all of the songs I've heard from
Nemophila
I don't know if I'm going to go as far as to say this is my new favorite. I don't know if I would go that far. But I am definitely putting this up top 5 without question. Out of all the songs I've heard from,
Nemophila
this is top 5 without question. And the number one reason is the feel of the song. A combination of the groove, the tempo, the structure, the direction. And the thing is, it's a little more relaxed, a little more reserved than I'm used to hearing from them.
Nemophila
It is. It's not quite what I was expecting from them. But it was nice. It was really nice. And especially considering the fact that it is a little bit slower than what I'm used to hearing from them. It's surprising. Not to hear them play a song that's a little bit slower, but it's surprising to me that I enjoyed it as much as I did. Because if you know me, you know slower songs and I usually don't get along too well. But I would never in a million years call this a ballad or even a ballad style song. It was still well-paced, nice tempo, direction felt good, the groove felt good, the energy of the song was definitely there and it was pushing forward. Just in a more relaxed way, which surprisingly, I really dug more so than other songs I've heard from them. The guitar work, really nice. The dual guitar work was surprisingly enjoyable to me. There have been times where I've heard dual guitar work and it'll be clean, it'll be accurate, but it's... Yeah, I can't think of any bands that come to mind off the top of my head, but there are bands that have two guitar players and they'll do dual soloing and they'll do dual guitar work and it feels disjointed. It sounds like two guitar players soloing with each other, right? Soloing with each other as opposed to soloing together. That's what we heard here. And which is funny because a lot of it was give and take. A lot of it was call and response. You would have, you know, the lines where they would play, you know, simultaneously harmonizing, and that sounded really nice. And then they would, and this is what I'm talking about. They would have them, one of the guitar players sustain a note or sustain a chord, while one of the other guitar players, you know, solos. And then she would stop and sustain while the other guitar player would catch up. Now, I've heard a lot of guitar players do this. I've heard a lot of guitar duos do this, and it almost sounds like they're trying to outdo each other, or they're trying to show each other up, or you know, it just feels like they're soloing together and they're soloing, you know, at the same time, or they're taking turns soloing, but it doesn't sound like it's together. It doesn't sound like it's complementary. It doesn't sound like they're playing and soloing with each other and complementing each other at the same time. I got that here. That is not always easy to get. You'll have guitar players, like I said, you'll have guitar players that solo with each other, but they don't solo together. You know what I mean? I'm hoping I'm making my point. I'm hoping I'm coming and making it, I'm hoping translating it to what I want to say. I hope it's coming across correctly. But this was nice. It was really nicely done. Having that breakdown after the first chorus where it was just bass, vocals, and drums, that was a nice touch. It shifted the mood around the song a little bit, gave it a chance to grow again, which was nice. Good play with dynamics to boot. I think the biggest thing for me, though, were the vocals. Not just from the lead vocal. And don't get me wrong, lead vocal sounded just fine. I like what she was doing. When she would go up in the upper register, sounded really nice. The backing vocals, though, were surprisingly clean in a live setting. I kept waiting to hear somebody be sharp, somebody be flat. I didn't hear any. Now, here's the thing. The reason I was looking for somebody, I was almost hoping I would hear somebody be just flat on one note or sharp on one note. We could eliminate track usage completely, you know, because obviously if it's out of tune, you're not going to put an attitude note in the track.
No way.
But the vocals, the backing vocals, all the harmonies, and the call, and on top of it, it was call and response harmonies to boot, were super clean. Which does raise kind of a red flag for me. It was too clean. It was too well executed. I don't want to use the word perfect, because I hate using that word, but honestly, guys, it kind of was. Which, for me, raises a red flag. It's like, it was too clean. It was too well done. But here's the thing. When one of them would lay out, and she wasn't on the mic, you could hear it in the mix. You were missing a voice. So, I'm gonna err on the side of it was live. It was just extremely well done, which, can it happen? Absolutely it can happen. You know, I just hope they were able to do that live, you know, when there was a crowd in front of them. I am really confused on that. There was no crowd. Nobody was in the stands. Nobody was sitting in the seats. There was nobody there. And the thing is, up until those last like 5 seconds where they pulled the camera back and they showed the crowd, I thought there was a crowd out there. I thought there was. And we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. So what was this? Was this a sound check? Was this rehearsal? What was this? I mean, please don't tell me this was the actual performance and there was nobody in the crowd. That does not add up. That does not compute. So I don't buy that for 1 second. But I mean, maybe it was sound check. It's very possible. Maybe it was just a rehearsal, you know, just to make sure that everything was hammered out and ready to go. They just wanted, you know, give it one more run through just for a little spit and polish. It's possible too. But seeing that last shot when they were pulled back and there was nobody in the crowd, that was really odd. And the reason I'm saying it was really odd, and it's really making me confused, is their live show was great. I mean, let's go down the checklist. Stage presence, check. They were making their presence known, despite the fact that there was nobody in the crowd. Stage energy, check. Again, despite the fact that there was nobody in the crowd, we saw a lot of moving around the stage, in particular from the lead vocalist. Stage interaction, check. We had that moment with the lead vocalist and the bassist when they came together during that bass and drums breakdown. After the first chorus, we had some stage interaction with each other. Crowd interaction. There was no crowd, but they were pretending like there was. I have said this time and time again, and this is a great example of what I'm talking about. You should always practice how you want to perform, which means you've got to use, like, even when you're in rehearsal, like if you're in a rehearsal room, right, and there's nobody there, you have to pretend in your mind, imagine that there is a crowd there, and you have got to interact with that imaginary crowd. I know this sounds childish, and a lot of people going, imaginaries, imaginary friends, imaginary this, and you just using your imagination. You know what? When the time comes for you to actually get in front of a crowd, you're gonna know exactly what to do because you practiced in front of an imaginary crowd. So making the transition from an imaginary crowd to a real crowd is really not that big of a deal. So watching them interact with an imaginary crowd, I had no idea. I had no clue. I thought there was a crowd out there. The way that the lead vocalist was pointing out to the crowd, talking to the crowd, interacting with the crowd, engaging the crowd, despite the fact that there was no crowd there. You know, that's impressive. Good on them. I wish more bands would do that, because if they did, they might find they have more success and they are better prepared when they actually do get in front of a live crowd. Showmanship, check. It was there, absolutely. Like I said, between the crowd interaction and the stage interaction, moving around the stage, movement and motion, yeah, it was there, absolutely. Production, no. It's daylight. There was no, you know, I don't even know if the lights were even on. I couldn't see them because daylight and all. But showmanship's always been just kind of bonus points anyway. Unless you're a production-based band, then your production better be on point. No, but overall, I mean, I thought, and this is going to sound weird, but the fact that they were doing so well with their live performance, engaging with each other, engaging with a non-existent crowd, believe it or not, that kind of impressed me a little bit. It really did, because it shows that they are dedicated to their live performance and putting on the best live show possible for the crowd, even when the crowd's not there. They're still going to practice and rehearse, even if it's just sound check. Still practice and rehearse the way you want to perform. That's dedication and that's discipline. And I gotta give them credit for that, absolutely. That altogether is how I came up with the score of 8.9. So that's where we're at and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap this up in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got an 8.9, which is a great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later, peace.